45-year-old Korean woman, Woo Young-kim, suffers a massive stroke. Orthodox Western and traditional Chinese doctors in several countries do everything they can, but she's lost her memory and will never speak again. She may also be blind and paralyzed. Within weeks, her family is told to prepare for the worst. At the time, Mrs. Kim's husband, Dr. Ki Kyung-kim, is a well-known Korean industrial engineer. He can't accept the findings. To restore his wife's health, he looks for alternative ways by studying the Eastern philosophies of natural energy and life force, or Qi. 4 months later, he concludes that by clearing the blockages in the energy and blood flow to the brain, his wife, Woo Young, can recover. To achieve this, he invents a device in which he combines his newly acquired knowledge of balanced natural healing with his experience in engineering and his understanding of the latest cutting-edge technology. His invention channels natural energy, or Qi, into the body at treatment points on the meridian lines, or Qi channels. Acupuncturists have used the same principle for thousands of years, but this time it's applied without penetrating the skin. The sympathetic lenses on one end of this device act like antennae which attract and focus energy waves from the atmosphere and direct them into a resonating chamber. This energy is then filtered through bioceramic material and a carbon compound to magnets behind the 24-karat gold-plated tips. The highly focused combined effect forms an energy field of negative ions, far infrared rays and magnetism as deep as 25 millimeters below the surface of the skin. This increases the delivery of oxygen, which dramatically accelerates the healing process. It also increases the temperature below the skin, resulting in improved blood circulation and metabolism, a breakdown of toxins, elimination of cellular waste, a reduction of blood cholesterol, and a delay in the aging process of cells. Dr. Kim begins by treating his wife at random points on her head. Later he changes and concentrates on those treatment points identified by acupuncturists as vital for increasing blood flow and natural energy to the brain.
네, 처음에 한 달, 2달 동안은 전혀 없었고요. 4개월 만에
After 4 months of this treatment, she opened her eyes and recognized me.
제 아내가 나를 기억하기 시작을 했습니다. 그때 알았습니다. 4개월 지난 다음에. 그리고 이제 울었.
And then she just began to cry.
2 months later, Woo Young-kim begins to speak. And then she walks. 10 months after her stroke, the family sings together in church. The response is overwhelming. The Genesen Engineering Institute is established in Korea. Many tests and trials have since been done in Korea and China. These all confirm the healing effects of Dr. Kim's invention. It really works. He's since received the Korean Medal of Commendation for his service to medicine and many more international awards for technological innovation. He's also been appointed as a guest professor at 2 university hospitals. He calls his invention Genesen Acutouch therapy, Genesen being a combination of the words Genesis and energy. More than 500,000 sets of Genesen Acutouch have since been sold worldwide. Genesen Acutouch therapy is now also available in Southern Africa. Here at Genesen's head office in Johannesburg, more than 200 doctors and therapists have recently been trained in Acutouch therapy. Between them, they've compiled information on hundreds of case studies monitored in their practices. They're all convinced that Genesen Acutouch therapy has provided them with new options.
The fact that Genesen Acutouch therapy is a high-tech scientific approach applied to the ancient art of acupuncture has allowed me to treat a wide range of conditions I otherwise would not have considered possible. Furthermore, I can advise my patients to treat themselves in the safety and privacy of their own homes.
Yes, Health professionals agree that Genesen Acutouch therapy is an essential new tool in healthcare. It bridges the gap between conventional and alternative medicine.
I've had excellent results. Over the past 18 months, I've perhaps been able to treat more patients than I ever could before, with conditions that I previously thought, no, there's no treatment. I might as well send the patient away with just a reassurance that they will get better with time or that they'll have to live with it. I can now say to them, here, treat yourself and you'll see the results for yourself.
In the case of injury, treatment time is considerably shorter. 2 to 3 treatments with Genesen Acutouch therapy replace 1 to 2 weeks of conventional treatment.
In sport injury, I always use the Acutouch, especially because of pain management. And often there is an earth-shattering result straight away within 10 minutes after the treatment. The person feels much better.
Conditions related to old age also benefit.
I also thought with arthritis patients that perhaps they'd had arthritis too long. You know, this place where we're living, they've had it many years, and I thought perhaps the disease process was too far gone to actually help them, and they've had results. It's been wonderful.
This 87-year-old woman suffers from arthritis. After 4 weeks of Genesen Acutouch therapy, she's thrown her wheelchair away.
At the end, I've only used it for a month, and my hands were all swollen. And look, my wedding ring has never come off.
The Genesen Acutouch is very, very revolutionary. It is different to anything I've ever worked with before. It hasn't failed me once. Each and every patient that I treated responded in some way. It always brings the patient in touch with a natural healing ability that it's got within himself. There's no dispute that the Genesen Acutouch has been responsible for some remarkable recoveries.
This man's recovery is almost a miracle. A horrific motor vehicle accident left him with serious brain injuries and unable to walk or talk.
With the Acutouch, you can actually stimulate. There we are. I've put them either side of the line to encourage the life for the meridian lines to grow back together again. And when they grow and start flowing, then the body heals.
9 months after being introduced to Genesen Acutouch therapy, he improved to the extent that he travelled to London, all by himself. Because Genesen Acutouch therapy is designed for home use, it empowers the home user to control pain and treat more than 220 conditions and ailments in a simple and natural way. In Richard's case, the ultimate benefit was achieved when he started treating himself. Doctors wanted to amputate this woman's leg when it became gangrenous due to bad blood circulation as a result of being diabetic. 1 month of intensive treatment with Genesen Acutouch therapy gave her a new lease on life.
And then it suddenly dawned on me, you don't have headaches, you're not taking any tablets for you're not taking any Zantac for your ulcers, nothing's happening with your hernia, there's no bleeding from your fibroids, and it slowly dawned on me, and then, oh yeah, okay, and I'm walking further, I'm going round the block.
This woman was a chronic migraine sufferer for over 10 years. During this time, she underwent a brain scan, fusion of vertebrae, and a hysterectomy. She also took a daily cocktail of drugs. None of these brought her any long-term relief.
It's actually changed my whole life. That's all I can say. It's changed my whole life.
Physiotherapy, acupuncture, painkillers and heat rubs had little effect on this man's painful arthritic shoulders and the crushed knees caused by his motor vehicle accident. Genesen Acutouch therapy brought not only relief to him, other members of his family benefited too.
The benefits are fantastic, and I've had to use them less and less. I may use them once in 3 months now, for I go 3 months sometimes without having to use them. Whereas before, if I went 6 weeks without taking a painkiller, it was a miracle. My youngest daughter lives by it. She won't let me take them away from home. We've consequently had to buy a second set because she won't allow me to take them away.
It's a lot easier now because it's a lot easier to train because it's not as sore as it was before. I think I have improved because there's not as much pain now and I'm not scared to hurt myself because of the pointers.
The step-by-step user's manual illustrates the local treatment of sport and other injuries. It also guides the home user to the various treatment points, depending on the condition or ailment they wish to treat.
These treatment points are found along the energy pathways or meridians that extend from the top of the head to the tips of the fingers or the toes. They are the energy connections between the body's organs and its functions. Modern science has confirmed what the Chinese doctors have known for centuries. Each associated meridian or energy pathway is named for its existing and corresponding organ, such as the stomach or the lung.
Like acupuncture, Genesen Acutouch therapy is applied to selected treatment points on the meridian lines of the body. However, the touch pointers never penetrate the skin. Genesen Acutouch therapy makes use of a red and a blue tip touch pointer, the red one being the positive pole and the blue one the negative. For optimal use, this treatment holder keeps the points 35 millimeters apart, but they can easily be held and handled separately, if preferred. Simply apply the red or positive touch pointer to the treatment point identified in the manual, always keeping the pointers at a 90-degree angle to the surface of the skin.
The purpose for using the Acutouch to these treatment points is to channel a stream of energy, natural energy, magnetism, far infrared rays, and negative ions to the meridian to clear the blockage and rebalance the body's energy system. If there is a blockage on the meridian line, there will be a sensation that is felt within 10 seconds.
The response varies from individual to individual, but generally it ranges from a warm tingling to a sharp penetrating sensation. This thermal image shows how Genesen Acutouch therapy affects the temperature below the skin. Now watch again how easy it is to use Genesen Acutouch therapy. Select the treatment point in the user's manual and locate the point on the body. Apply the red touch pointer to the treatment point and wait for the response. The sensation lasts a few seconds or sometimes longer, depending on the severity of the condition.
This reaction indicates that the body's energy flow, or qi, is blocked and therefore causing pain or discomfort. This is in spite of the fact that the touch pointer is only gently resting on the surface of the skin. This therapy helps the body to heal itself, to control the pain, and to correct the problem that's causing the illness.
The manual has instructions on how long and how often to treat yourself and what response and recovery time you can expect. Ideally, you should treat yourself for 20 to 30 minutes twice a day using the treatment formula indicated.
It's really as simple as that. You look up your condition and you identify the points. You apply the Acutouch to those points and you feel the response. And once it fades, you move on. Once your condition is under control, you can use the maintenance points that are outlined in the user manual alone. And for most people, that will come to approximately twice a week. It really becomes a way of health care and wellness.
Now let's meet some more satisfied users of Genesen Acutouch therapy, this time in other parts of Southern Africa. Kirsty Coventry represents Zimbabwe in swimming. A day before her first event at the Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur, she dislocated her kneecap. Her coach only used Genesen Acutouch therapy to treat her.
I had no more pain and my knee was actually better than it's ever been before. I had no trouble with it the rest of the tour.
Within days, Kirsty set 3 all-time Zimbabwean swimming records. Nine operations left Florence Mweketsi with severe abdominal adhesions and in constant pain.
The pointers have changed my life around. I am able to live a more normal life. My quality of life as a whole has changed. It's improved. It's been for the better. and I'm grateful for the pointers.
At this centre, more than 1,000 people living with HIV receive support and counselling. 3 months ago, people here were introduced to Genesen Acutouch therapy. This woman runs the project. She's also HIV positive and often suffers from mouth ulcers.
I went to him thinking that mouth ulcers wasn't something that was within the Acutouch range, you know, and he did a treatment, and within 24 hours it was healing up. And the following week I got another one, and the same thing happened. Within 48 hours it was completely healed. I was absolutely amazed, because normally I would suffer with it for a week to 10 days before it would heal up.
At a nearby retirement village, hundreds of people were treated for many ailments and conditions related to old age. Sam Marnie received treatment for arthritis, but then there was a remarkable change to his libido.
I think when you drink a bit and you get to 76, you slow down a bit. And then I suddenly felt this urge coming back again. Quite amazing, because it only happened in the last week.
After a kidney operation, Bettine Barrable had an incision hernia resulting in a big lump and a painful scar. But after 5 treatments with Genesen Acutouch therapy, there has been a terrific improvement.
Well, I think it's the most wonderful, exciting invention that's ever been thought of, because it has made me, in 2 weeks, it has made me feel like a new woman. I haven't felt so well inside myself. I feel just able to do anything, and I've got no pain, and I can turn and twist, or I've even started dancing again, line dancing again, and I'm really feeling great. I can do what I like now.
Main Wonder and Duncan Hulls to move up.
Back in South Africa, 4-year-old filly Main Wonder makes a comeback to the racing track. She spent the last 7 months in a horse swimming pool after developing wind galls and fluid on her joints. Her owner and trainer has since treated her with Genesen Acutouch therapy.
She was basically lame on them before, and that was with constant swimming. Before we started using the pens, with the pens, that fluid on the joints disappeared, and she became 100% sound.
Genesen Acutouch therapy puts holistic natural healing at your fingertips, and it's complementary to all other medical treatment and therapy. It's a single one-off investment in your health and that of your family. It provides a cost-effective alternative to expensive conventional health care. The Genesen Acutouch pointers comply with international ISO standards, ensuring its quality. It also carries the European Community's CE mark. With no moving parts and no external power source, the user has lifelong, unlimited use. Genesen Acutouch therapy, a blend of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge technology which bridges and alternative medicine. Do you have one yet?